welcome back to my channel. Jeanette is the name. This video I am doing today is upon request. Most of you are really loving my study abroad videos, and some of you asked me what type of interview questions I got asked at the embassy. So in this video I'll be sharing all of that with you, and also share some documents I had to take with me to the embassy when I was going for my F1 visa interview. If this is the type of video you're interested in, then keep on watching. Let's just talk about what the F1 visa interview is. Once you are done with all your documentation, you've gone through the whole process, the very last thing you have to do is your F1 interview. This interview will determine whether you qualify to study abroad or you do not qualify. A lot of people end up not qualifying because they do not go prepared, or it was just not their time. With that being said, F1 visa interview is a brief interview between you and your visa officer. This is the very last step when it comes to studying abroad. This is where you are going to be told whether you qualify to actually study abroad or not. I know with COVID around now, it's taking longer, or it can take longer than usual, but once you are preparing to come and study here, especially in the US, make sure you schedule an appointment with a visa officer in your embassy. How does all this interview stuff work? It depends on the visa officer you get. The interview can be very formal or very informal. Honestly, mine was so smooth and so enjoyable. It was more like a conversation, but trust me, you can get some visa officers who are so strict and they have to follow a set procedure and they do not joke. Even if the interview is very informal, I would say that be confident and very respectful. The fact that they are being informal with you and having a jovial conversation with you doesn't mean you have to get too comfortable, but make sure you know what you're saying. The answers you're giving are very on point, and don't go beating around the bush, just go straight to the point. There are two main questions they really want to know. One, why you want to study abroad and how you are going to afford your stay. So they can ask you a million questions, but at the end of the day, they all want to know why choose America, why do you want to study in this college, why do you want to leave your country, and also how are you going to pay for your tuition. Now that you know a little bit about the F1 visa interview, I just grouped some interview questions into 5 parts. The first part is your college and university. The first question I got asked was, why did I want to study abroad? Why that particular college? Just tell them from your heart, be true to yourself, and why you really want to study here. If for example you want to come here just because I want to stay in US, and you tell them, well, I just feel like being in US, they will not give you that visa. But if you tell them, I have these goals, I've read a lot about this, I know the American system has this really good education system, just tell them about your career goals. They asked me where the college is and what degree I was pursuing, so I told them this is the college I was going to and the degree. Sometimes the visa officer will actually ask you why you even chose that particular degree. For example, I chose biology because I really am passionate about helping people, and since I was a child I always wanted to pursue biology and the sciences and the healthcare. So just go straight to the point. Also, they asked me if that was the only college I applied to, and if no, what other colleges did I apply to? Did I get accepted into those other colleges? And if I did get accepted, why did I choose that particular college I want to go to? The next question I got asked was my academic background. They wanted to know a little bit of my senior high school, junior high school, a little background about it, like some of your grades. If you're not lucky, they can even ask you your GPA, and when they ask about your GPA and they think it's low, they can even ask you why that low GPA, and do you think you can do better studying in the US? So yeah, just get prepared for that too. The very last question I remember being asked is, how long do I plan on studying here in the US? Will I stay here after my education is done? What will I do next? Do I want to pursue PhD, masters? Just tell them maybe yeah, you want to actually further by doing your masters and your PhD, or you plan on going to nursing school, or whichever area you plan on going to. Don't just say yes, I plan on staying here and working and making money to help family back home, blah blah. They don't want to know this, because remember, it's an F1 student visa. It's not like a work visa, or you're not a tourist or anything, so just be mindful. The second part is bank and finance. The first question I got asked was who was paying for my tuition, because they don't want you to be a burden. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be your parents paying. You just have to have a sponsor. It could be your uncle, your auntie, your sister, your brother. Just have that person who is going to sponsor you, who can sign for you just in case of anything. In this case, it was my dad. So just find that person who is going to be your sponsor, just in case they contact that person too. They know that, yeah, it's true, this person is really the one going to pay for your tuition. Once you tell them about your sponsor, they're just very curious more. They want to know what your sponsor does, your sponsor's salary or income. So if it's your parents, they can ask you about your parents' occupation, so that they know that, okay, this person is actually legit and can really take care of you. Another question I got asked was, how much does my college cost a year? My college was about $40,000 to $50,000 a year. They know that it can be hard, especially if you are coming from a developing country. They believe that, you know, you probably cannot afford it. So if you go with a bank statement of maybe $250,000, just an example, then they know that, okay, this person can really take care, or your sponsor can really take care of the tuition the whole time. Again, they don't want you to be a burden. The next was to show them my bank statement. I had to show them my bank statement, proof that I can be taken care of. Make sure you're going to the interview with your bank statement. Finally, they wanted to know how I'm going to take care of myself while I'm here in the States. So again, all falls back to my dad at that point, because he was my sponsor. I told them that, hey, this is my bank statement. This is to tell you that my dad can take care of me the whole time I'm there. I'm not going to be a burden. The F1 visa is not a work authorization, or it does not allow you to work. Yes, you can probably work on campus, but I don't think you can actually do other jobs outside campus. I was a student success trainer on campus. I was training like the freshmen and the sophomores and some of the juniors, and I was being paid, and that is legal. If you decide to work off campus, when they find out, they'll just bring you or take you back to your country. So the third part is relatives and family. You just really want to know all about your family and relatives. The first question I got asked was, do I have family here in the United States? If yes, who are they? Where did they stay? If no, cut it short, you move on. Also, they wanted to know if I had some relatives studying in the college I was going to. In my case, no, but if it's in your case, you have to tell them yes, because if you lie, they can even find out. So just make sure you are communicating and telling them the truth as well. The very last question that I was like, bro, why even asking me this, was, are you in a relationship? I don't know. If you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean you're married. If you're married, it's different, but if you are not married, it means you're single. Whatever you do, that's completely up to you. Let's move to the fourth part, work and job. The first question they asked me was, if I'm working, why do I want to leave my current job and then just come here and study abroad? If you are working, they want to know. If you're not working, they want to know. They asked about my resume. I'm like, what do you need my resume for? At that time, I was not working, but then I still had a resume. Even if you're not working, make sure you have a resume. They want to know what salary you are earning, or the salary you made, you know, your annual income. They want to know that. Make sure you're taking all these documents with you, so if they ask you a question and you even forget because you were just anxious or something, you can just briefly check, because once you tell a lie, it can really go against you. F1 is usually for students, so when you are coming here, don't mention anything work related. In my opinion, no. When they want to know if you still plan on studying here in the US or staying, say yes, but maybe to pursue masters or PhD or wherever you want to go, but just don't say anything about work, because F1 is strictly student visa. Because immediately you start talking about work, then they know that this person is really coming to the States or wants to come to the States just to work, not really for school. Now, the fifth part, general questions I got asked. Why do I want to study in the USA? I could have studied in Canada, in London, but why USA? So you have to have your answer ready. They wanted to know if I had any idea about the American education system. My Ghanaian education system is completely different from the American system. Make sure you are reading a little bit about the American education system before you go to the embassy. Let them know you've done your research. So they asked me, is it my first time in the USA? I told them no, because honestly it wasn't. If this is your first time, tell them the truth, because they know, they have record. They will find out if you lie. I mean, why would you lie anyway? But another question I got asked was what my career goals are. I just really just wanted to pursue biology and further continue into the healthcare and the sciences, because as I said earlier, I really enjoy helping people. I'm passionate about helping people. At the age of 12, I had encounter with some of the patients. I hate seeing people suffer when they are sick, and I just want to help the best way I can. I just want people to feel comfortable. I remember I was just talking. So just make sure you know what your career goals are in the next 5 years, in the next 4 years, in the next 2 years, and then next year. Just have that prepared, so if they ask you that question, you are not surprised. The last but one question was, why should they give me the possibility to study here in the USA? There are so many people who want to study in the USA. Why should they give you that opportunity? So this is where you can actually prove to them that out of 1,000,000, 1,000 candidates, you are the one. So prepare, get your answer together, okay, and let them know that Charlie, maba na you're going to study in US and you're going to pick me. It's all about being very bold, confident, but respectful. Okay, sometimes you may not even know what you're talking about, but because you're very confident and bold and respectful, they know that, oh yeah, this girl is good, this guy is good. You know what I mean? So the very last question I got asked for the general part of the interview was, do you think you deserve the F1 visa? Which is similar to why they should give you that possibility to study here. I think I should have put them together. And if you deserve them, tell them, hey, I deserve it, give me that line, and there we go. Okay, these are some of the interview questions I got asked. The very last part of this video is the documents I took with me when I was going for the interview. Don't leave any documents. You might think the smallest document is not necessary, but trust me, it is important. Carry all these documents, take them with you. Don't leave anything behind. I have about 10 of these, but do more research. This video is just to help and guide you. I wrote everything here, so I'm just going to read it out. The first document I took with me was my I-20, your CVS form issued by the US College, my complete DS-160 visa application, my receipt for the visa application, CVS receipt fee, visa appointment letter, passport, and my recent passport picture or recent photograph. They want that too, and they need all your academic certificates, documents, transcripts, GRE, SAT, TOEFL if you wrote all of that. In this case, to your WASI results, my documents that confirm my financial and personal tie-ups to my homeland. The ninth is the proof of sponsorship income, and the very last one is the bank statement. And I remember just taking every award and certificate and really everything to the embassy. Okay, I don't know if you have any more questions. This is one of my highly requested video. If you have anything or any question concerning the process studying abroad, just shoot me a message on my Instagram. I help you guys a lot. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Once again, the name is Jeanette, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.